A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Carry for Devin Singletary, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. On the counter, this is Singletary. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Trubisky going to try and run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. Popped in the air and intercepted. Trubisky That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points. Start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves. Maybe reward their defense a little bit. I'll put some points on the board on this one.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Short throw to Smith. Well, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Trubisky. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. That catch good for only a couple. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Back to the ground, Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
6-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
First and goal from the 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mitchell Trubisky. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
The score, Vikings 7, Bills nothing.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
And the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll find Everett there, complete. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Vikings 7, Bills nothing.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Allen. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a run with Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes we get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Trubisky. Over the middle to Smith. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Lets it fly for Thielen. The defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Draw play. This is Carson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Carson, the ball.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
The tackle made by Mike.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it's 4th down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Cook showed some flash on the run, but he will be brought down shy of his 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
Jefferson.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Cook, and he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. Smith catches left side. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Smith. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Trubisky to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will make it into the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
10 at the 45-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
On the carry.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Trubisky. The counter here is complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They go play action. Trubisky. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 16. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's got it. So they tried for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Bills, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball at the 23, second and 8. Now Allen off the bootleg. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kelvin Harmon, the man he was looking for. But now it's third down.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo first.
First down, Bills.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The intended target there was Gabriel Davis.
Third down here.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. They run the counter. It's Carson, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Singletary. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills get a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Bills 7. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21-14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run it with Madison. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they roll play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run. Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Bills 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. back with one complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Buffalo.
From the gun, it's Allen. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Well, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
10.
Throwing again. Allen. Got an open man. It's Harmon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. And it's caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary taking it in. And the Bills cut into that lead.
On for the extra point.
No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
They go play action with Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Stop him right on the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they get to this and touch it. Looks like, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing just about on his own goal line. Take it at the 37. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. In on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. And they take a knee. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.